Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Welcome up here to the Watchtower. I am logging in from Monitor Duty, and today I'm going to bring you a graphic novel review. This is Batman: The Last Night on Earth by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. That's coming up right after this. Hello everyone, like I was saying before, I'm doing a graphic novel review today of Batman: The Last Night on Earth by Scott Snyder with art by the great Greg Capullo. And we're going to be doing things a little bit differently this time because usually I give my pros, my cons, and overall score of it. This book, I don't have any cons for. This book is freaking awesome. I have literally nothing that I didn't like about it. So we're not going to have any cons. We're just going to talk about what I loved about it, and that's it. We're not going to have any cons, and then and then my score. So going to be a little bit different today. This is going to be a non-spoiler review. So if you haven't read this yet, don't worry. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But go ahead. If you haven't read this, pick this up because this is awesome. Scott Snyder, I love every single thing that Scott Snyder has done Batman related. Obviously some things more than other, but him and Greg Capullo together, they're like a dream team. They are awesome. They crush it whenever they do Batman. So great book. Highly recommend you pick this up. But anyway, diving into this, Batman: The Last Night on Earth is basically it is a futuristic story where Batman wakes up in Arkham Asylum. He's young, he's sane, and he's never been Batman. And he goes out into the world, and it's just like, it's kind of like Old Man Logan, but like Young Man Bruce. Most of the heroes have been killed, are in hiding, Wonder Woman's old, there's just, the world's just been destroyed, and he's trying to, piece everything back together, figure out what happened, because he has no memories of it. He doesn't know. He remembers being Batman, but no one else has any recollection of him being Batman. There's never been a Batman, so he's trying to piece it together, starting out, going through, figuring out what happened to the world, how come he has these certain memories, but other people don't. And during the course of the story, he comes in contact with the severed head of Joker that's in like this container, kind of like the heads from Futurama, when they're just in those containers, the heads of famous people. That's the Joker, and the Joker's kind of like interacting with him and stuff throughout the story and everything. He's got this like Joker head companion that he's walking around with, that's just his companion. The artwork is phenomenal. I mean, anything you have with Greg Capullo doing Batman stuff is just awesome. His style of art is just so good. It's a little, it's a little bit more, big and bombastic and a little cartoony, but then like the horror and the scariness of it. There's just some really like just the way that he draws horror and stuff and scary stuff is so well done. And just contrast with the way that he draws people and stuff, where they look kind of like bigger eyes and like kind of this more cartoonish, but then just with the horror element of it, his artwork. I mean, I just love Greg Capullo's artwork, and him and Scott Snyder together for since 2011 or whatever, writing Batman stuff, just perfect. And of course, what can I say about Scott Snyder? Just absolutely phenomenal. Scott Snyder just so good. All of his Batman stuff, I think he's the best writer in comics right now. This writing consistently, just absolutely good. And you can tell by reading everything that he's like really smart. You can tell that he has just in general, he's very, very smart and very well read. But the way that he breaks stuff down and explains it to you and everything, it doesn't make it feel like he's just so smart that he can't relate, or that he's trying to write in a way that he's that he's talking down to you. Just all the stuff that he pulls in and everything is so good. This book is great, and it's called The Last Night on Earth because it's like the end of the world and everything, and Batman's the last night on Earth. This is Scott Snyder said before, this is the last Batman story that will ever be written, and that's kind of true, kind of not true, because there'll be other, because this is a standalone Elseworld story, so it doesn't have any impact on continuity or anything. So, other people will write other, end of time Batman stories and stuff, but, this is kind of his magnum opus, if you will. This is just like the period on his Batman run. He's going to do more Batman stuff, but this is like the end of it. And it's really cool because this is a standalone story. You don't have to read any of his Batman run or anything like that to read this and understand it. It's Black Label. It's separate. It's out of continuity, so you don't need anything else. But he pulls so much stuff from his other run. I mean, the Talons and the Court of Owls have a presence in this. There's just so much little things from other parts of his Batman and stuff that isn't continuity that he pulls in and he sprinkles throughout this and everything for that through line. So you'll be able to read this and pick up, I remember when he did that in the Batman run, or I remember this, or I remember that, and just little elements that he comes back and he plays with, and he maybe twists them a certain way or changes stuff. Just very, 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 very well done. And like I was saying, this is a Black Label book, so it has mature content. It's for adults. It's not for teens or anything. There's a lot of swearing in the book. They don't do the little cartoon hashes and everything and pound signs and everything when they swear. They're swearing in this. It's an extremely violent book. It's very, very violent. People get decapitated. People get run through with swords. People get ripped in half. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of body parts and everything flying around. It's extremely violent. There's not any sex or nudity, but it is extremely violent. I mean, it's an R-rated Batman story. So not one for the kids. Unless your kids are older, they're 16 or so, this will be nothing to them. But littler kids, this is not a Batman story for them to read. Give them a Long Halloween or Year One or something. Have them read that, but not this. But this is such a fantastic book. I can't talk enough of it, and I don't want to give too much away. But it's just where you what happens to people and stuff in this, and the world and everything, and just I can't talk enough about this. Definitely, this book for me is a 10 out of 10. It goes right up there with the rest of his stuff he's done in the Batman run, Court of Owls, Death of the Family, Endgame. This goes right up there. This is right there with his run. This is, he knocks it out of the park. You can definitely tell his love and his respect for Batman in this book. And also realize that he loves the character so much because he puts everything he has into writing Batman. And it's so, so good. And, I feel like I'm rambling now. Just absolutely just great. And if you want to see, Batman, the main concept and the essence of Batman, even a guy who wakes up and he doesn't know, he doesn't know where he's at, he doesn't know all this kind of stuff, but just the pure essence of Batman is to do the right thing. And even if every other person in the world is dead, even if every superhero in the world is dead or whatever, he's still going to fight the war, because that's who Batman is. He fights the war. Until he dies, he's fighting the war. He's fighting for the good of humanity. He's going to always be out there in the thick of it, trying to make the world better. And that's Batman. And that's just and Scott Snyder just perfectly encapsulates that in the essence of Batman in this story. This is Batman in his truest form. This is the last Batman story you'll ever have to read. But don't read more Batman stories. Read more Batman stories. Never enough Batman stories. But like I said, I give this a 10 out of 10. It's an absolutely perfect book, guys. So well done. So well done. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay healthy out there, guys. Stay safe. We got this whole thing with the COVID-19 still. So please stay safe out there, everyone. And I will see you the next time that I log in for monitor duty up here in the Watchtower.